Okay, this is a video log of our trip hiking down the Paria River Canyon in Arizona and Utah. This is the trailhead. It's called the White House Trailhead. And there's the trail. We go down this canyon and turn left, and you won't believe what we'll see. Very hot, very dry here. Could be worse. It's October, so it's not as hot as it could be in, say, in August. So the canyon walls are starting to get higher here. There's some other backpackers. Howdy.
You only got a mile to go.
Ah, yes.
Almost in the car.
Beautiful red rock wall. So we're heading down to the right and around that corner, heading to the Colorado River in about 45 miles. Some really big holes in the rock wall right at river level here. And we're going down there. My two friends way down there. This thing looks like a castle. More holes in the rock, very elaborate erosion. We're stopping and have lunch now.
Oh, snap. Payday number one. Ah. Oh yeah, this is not a good place to stop.
The shade sure is nice. Lots of overhangs here. The river has scoured out the rock over thousands of years. Beautiful formation. There you can see how big it is compared to that person down there. It's really important to stay hydrated on these trips.
Oh yeah.
My two friends here.
I didn't even think about. I just didn't. Somehow I had this vision of 40 degrees at night and mid-70s during the day.
Yeah.
Now we're in a section of a canyon called the Narrows, and the walls of the canyon are going to get narrower and narrower even than this until they're about 200 or 300 feet straight up. Getting taller and taller in here. Look at that. Magnificent. Here's a very narrow part of the Narrows. My friend Rob. Say hi to Avenidas.
Hola, Avenidas. ¿Qué tal?
Here's Scott. Say hello to Avenidas, Scott.
Hello, Avenidas.
Say hello to Avenidas.
Avenidas.
Alan.
Avenidas.
Hello, Avenidas. Hola. Going into the mountain now.
He's doing this for his wife.
Look at all these holes in the rock wall. So this is kind of a famous thing in the canyon. This giant rock came sliding down the canyon and came
my car.
thunk into the riverbed.
Drive my car with my trailer.
Yeah, we could drive a car through that, that tunnel. Go ahead,
I
Alan.
have a picture of me driving the Pathfinder into this big slab of rock.
Oh yeah?
Up there by Moab.
Here's the slab from the other side. People going under it. So we're getting down lower in the canyon. It's getting a little wetter. There's some water, first water we've seen today. Little pond. This gorgeous slot canyon that we're in. So our first camp was on this sandbar in the center of the picture, and we're right above the Paria River. This is the river, teeny little trickle, but it's clear, and we drink out of it after we filter the water. And we filter the water through this squeeze bottle. So you squeeze it here, it comes out and goes into this collapsible plastic container, and the water is then now drinkable. It's been filtered. Take out bugs and stuff. So these guys are getting water out of the creek and filtering it, just like I did. That's Big Al there in the center. He's only 25 years old. And this is this is Rob. He's 23. Well, it's the next morning, and now we're going into a side canyon called Buckskin Gulch. It's another slot canyon. You have to actually walk in the river part of the way. We are going through a pretty narrow slot. Some boulders that fell down and jammed themselves into the narrow canyon. You have to walk under them. Here's a rock fall that blocks the canyon. We could climb it, but we don't have time today. So there's a rope and steps to go up. Somebody chipped steps in the rock. Pretty steep. Now we're leaving our little 2-mile, 3-mile excursion up Buckskin Gulch and going back into the main Paria Canyon. Temperature down here is really pleasant, probably about 70. And up there, it's probably in the 90s, up on the rim. Here's the main canyon over there coming in. We came out of yesterday, and we're going to continue down the canyon to our next campsite. Walking in the river, nice and cool. Beautiful, peaceful scene of the river flowing down to the Colorado. Here's a spring coming out of the wall. The water dripping very slowly down into the Paria River. This formation is called an alcove. So a big chunk of rock peeled off and fell out, leaving that cave-like formation. Really big. This is what's called a gooseneck. It's downstream, and the river wraps around this giant rock. Comes out over there, so it's a big U-shaped river bend. Sloshing through the river. Spring coming right out of the side of the rock. It's called Big Spring. Look at that beautiful water in there. Filling up on this great water.
This is how Dick spent his summer vacation.
Huh?
This is how Dick spent his summer vacation. See the big smile on Dick's face? He's Mr. Mud Monster.
One day we left the river and climbed up about a mile to this natural arch. You can't really see it, but it goes all the way through like a giant cathedral. Kind of windy here today. Looking downstream, getting toward a wider part of the canyon now. It's going to get more sun and hotter. Beautiful, quiet part of the canyon here. hiking back down to the car. Get some snags in the trail. Kind of a rocky downhill. Going back down to the river down there to make camp for the last night. Here's our final morning crossing the river. We got many times we have to cross the river today to get to the takeout. Just looking back upstream, back up toward where the narrow canyon was. Here's an old pioneer cabin. Old farm machinery, a wagon. Old Conestoga wagon. And then more buildings over here, or a building. It's a rough life out here. Okay, we're at the end of our trip.
Hey, man.
And they're drinking beer already.
Adios, avenitas.
Adios.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Very enthusiastic. Appreciate it.
Best trip ever. We'll see you in a few years. We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll all, well,
be there.
two of us will be there. Thank you.
Close.
This is the trailhead to Buckskin Gulch, the beginning of it. We were at the end of it on our trip down the Paria Canyon. But this parking lot is an incredible zoo. This has been discovered.
Thanks very much.
Sure. We're getting further into Buckskin Gulch. Quite beautiful here. Incredible erosion patterns. Just looking back up the creek. Say hi to Tony.
Hi. Hello, Avenidas.
Tony too.
And Tony.
And Randy.
The lovely Randy. And Darian.
And Miss Darian.
There they go, off into the sunset.
Yeah.
There's a nice alcove. Rocks fell down, created this arch. in the side of the canyon.
Honest and Galapagos, right? Got that long.
And it's tall in here. Land of giants here in Buckskin Gulch. We found this beautiful valley. It's the northern part of the Paria watershed. They used to actually film Hollywood westerns here. Here's another view of this valley looking farther south. Made for Technicolor movies.